Section 21 of Nuggets of the New Thought by William Walker Atkinson. Mental Pictures. I hang bright pictures in my mind. Bright pictures encourage one, gloomy ones depress. Get rid of your old gloomy mental pictures. Make a bonfire of them. Get rid of the particularly miserable one, first of all. Then put bright ones in their places. I now hang bright pictures in my mind, said a friend to me recently. Her remark explained to me, without the necessity of further words, the cause of her bright, cheerful, and happy disposition, so greatly in contrast with that of the despondent, fretful woman I had known a few months ago. The change seemed so remarkable that one would have almost expected her to have claimed some startling occurrence as the cause of the wondrous transformation, and instead of giving so commonplace an explanation. But just think how much there is in this thought. I hang bright pictures in my mind. Stop a moment and let the thought sink deep into your inner consciousness. Bright pictures in the mind. Why not indeed? If we wish to make a chamber or office bright and cheery, we see that nothing but pictures representing bright, cheerful subjects are hung there. They may be the choicest engravings or paintings, or they may be some little inexpensive things, but just so they are bright and cheery, the purpose is accomplished, and the room somehow seems a happier, more joyous place than before. If we were preparing a new room for the occupancy of some dear one, would we place there any but the brightest picture? Would we hang there pictures of pain and misery, hate and murder, jealousy and revenge, sickness, suffering and death, failure and discouragement? Would we do this thing, I ask you? Would you do it? And if not, why not, pray? Simply because you instinctively feel that the gloomy, hateful subjects would react upon the loved one, and you know is the same way that the bright, cheerful, inspiring subjects are likely to uplift, stimulate, encourage, and make better the occupant of the chamber. Have you ever noticed that some rooms always seem to exert a beneficial effect upon you, while others seem to depress you? Certainly you have. Well, the next time you go into these rooms, look around a little and see if the explanation of your moods is not to be found in the character of the pictures on the walls. You may not have specially noticed them before, but your subconscious mental faculties have taken up the impression, and the reflex action has affected you. Who can resist the fetching qualities of a bright baby face smiling from a little picture on the mantel or on the wall? Not I, for one. And who can help feeling the sense of comradeship for the kindly Saint Bernard, whose great affectionate eyes look down upon you from the engraving on the other side of the room? And on the other hand, who could but— now I'm not going to describe the other kind of pictures in this article. But now to get back to the pictures in the mind. If the gloomy pictures on the wall affect people, what do you suppose will be the effect of carrying around gloomy, fearful, hateful, jealous, envious, despondent mental pictures? Can any good come of lugging this trash around with you? Come now, be honest. Why don't you bundle up these horrible cormous of the mind, and then make a bonfire of the lot? Now is the time for a mental house cleaning, get to work and clean out these miserable daubs and replace them with a nice, bright, cheerful, happy, sunny, mental works of art. Do it today. You can't afford to put it off until tomorrow. Indeed, you can't. Oh, yes, I know that you have grown attached to some of these old mental pictures. You've had them around so long that you hate to part with them. There's that particular miserable one at which you're so fond of looking. You know which one I mean. You see, I know all about it. You've been in the habit of standing before it with folded hands and gazing and gazing and gazing at it. And the more you gazed, the more miserable you grew, until at last you felt that you would like to lie down and die, only that there was some work to do around the house, and you couldn't spare the time. Yes, that's the picture I mean. Take it down and put it on top of the bonfire pile, and touch off the whole lot. Then go back into the house and hang up all the new ones to be found, and the brightest one of the lot must hang in the place of that dear old miserable one that you threw out last, that one which was so hard to part with, the meanest one in the lot, always. And after you have done these things, how good you will feel! See how bright and cheerful the sun is shining, how pure and fresh the air seems. Take a good long draught of it. Look out the window and see the fleecy white clouds floating across the sky. The sky itself, how blue it is! And just listen to the bluebirds down by the old gate. Spring must be coming. Ah, how good it is to be alive! End of section 21.